Ba-dum bum bum bum. Slap back, chat frat. Slap back, chat frat. Slap back, Charlie frat. Slap back, Charlie frat. Slap back.
Hello and welcome back to Back Chat Frat. Back has decided to go green for 2016, so gone are the days of throwing small children's dreams and unicorn tears into the Computron drive to power this delightful show.
Now, we have been powering up the love drive with Rolf Harris's handmade didgeridoos, which I'm sure will be a relief to the fellow inmates of Her Majesty's Prison, Bullingdon.
Mr. Dave White, thank you very much. Welcome. Dave is 43 and hailing from Tor Point, Cornwall. Dave's interests include postage box cataloguing and white supremacy. And much like in Oscar Wilde's classic A Picture of Dorian Gray, where a painting shows the impact of the decadent and lavish lifestyle led by its titular character, Dave is a painting hanging in his Bristol crack house, only his looks more ashamed of itself the more atrocities he commits.
Thanks, Dan. It's a pleasure and a privilege to step into Comrade Webb's shoes. I just hope I can carry you as well as he does. I'm glad I could interrupt your cycle of wanking and crying to have us here. And on your right, a man so cool they made him Facilities and Operation Assistant, second class of Discoshire. Great to have back one of the Slapback's founding members, a man so virile that he single-handedly has kept Nottingham Sperm Bike literally overflowing with his deposits, Mr. Richard Fastpants Fontaine!
Hello! Fastpants!
Straight out of Compton, one of the most OG guys I know, keeping shit fresh and real since 1981. A man so gangster that you got to catch him while he's mildly tepid before some fool pops a cap in his ass. Russ considers it a good day when he doesn't have to use his AK. Please welcome back Mr. Russell. Get out of my face, Garnett!
Hello.
Woo!
You're beautiful.
And finally, offering up his podcast virginity to the gods of Slapback in the hope of bringing a plentiful harvest and winter rains. A man once described as, if a dinosaur, a turtle, and Mick Hucknall were broken down, then built back up into nearly a person. Mr. Jim Brown!
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's wild, exciting. And I'm your host, your co-host, Mr. Dan Reed. Anyone who says different is a fucking liar. Welcome to Slapback. How is everyone doing? It's been a while.
It's been ages.
When was the last one?
It was a little while ago.
Last year.
It's nearly, nearly 6 months, I reckon. A bit longer. It's got to be like around Joe's wedding.
Yeah. To my mind, it just looks like everybody's the same, but Joe's just looking more handsome.
More ginger.
Yeah. Well, one and the same, really.
Yeah.
Slightly more powered up.
How are you, Dan?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, I've got a pint of the finest milky goodness.
Yeah, it's a good-looking White Russian.
Yes, I figured we're in for an hour, so let's...
This is better than my vodka
Yeah, cheers.
fruit juice substitute.
Me and Jim have been whiling away some prep and organised some exciting games. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Pornhub has a text for emoji system. So you can text them an emoji, and they will text you back the appropriate porn for that. I was wondering if you guys would be able to guess what emojis would get you what porn back.
Yes.
Yes, I will be able to guess.
Yeah.
I'm very sure of that one.
Is that what we've come to? Just broadcasting porn?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see what comes out.
Literally.
I'm hoping the smiley poo of eyes comes on.
The which one? What?
You know, the smiley poo of eyes.
Yeah, he's not in it, but that could be our next step. Is working out what's missing. So I don't know which way around to do it. I don't know whether or not you want to guess, whether you want me to tell you what they are, and then you guess what emoji it would be, or whether or not I tell you the emoji and you guess what it would be. Have I said that the same way twice?
It's got to be the porn first, surely. Porn emoji.
Okay, so all right, what emoji would pussy licking be?
Cat and a tongue.
Yes, good.
That's got to be it.
Although that is infinitely better than what has come up.
Surely it's got to be the licky out face and the lip. Surely?
It's just literally this. That face.
Really?
Yeah, that is it. So that's fonts. Like it's good. That's points. I reckon that's some pretty good points. Okay. What about if you were looking for some big ass porn?
A peach.
A peach, yeah, that's good. Okay. What about big dick porn?
A banana.
You're onto the right. You're onto the right.
Some
Form.
kind of sausage.
No, but you're
Aubergine.
Snake.
Aubergine.
Aubergine.
Aubergine, of course.
It is fucking aubergine, yeah.
I think you need to visit your physician, Russell.
What
Had a very
about,
fruity time.
Squirting porn.
Oh,
Well,
rain.
it's got to be the.
Rain.
It is the rain emoji.
Yeah, I know my squirting. Rain. Emoji.
What about
Words.
gay porn?
Oh, the two dudes.
It's not.
And then a trombone.
A
Peach.
trombone.
Nope. I like where you're coming from. That's not far off.
Two dudes and an aubergine.
It's not two dudes.
Not even close.
Two dudes
Oh,
and
not
two
close.
aubergines.
It's two items. It's not.
Well,
two-
my understanding of gayness is completely blown if it's not two dudes.
Yeah, I know. It's a little confusing, this one. Okay. Would you like to
What-
know, or should or
Mm,
someone else
is it a
hang in?
sparkly jacket?
My favourite emoji.
Sparkly jacket emoji.
It's not sparkling jacket emoji.
Is that only available in London?
Yeah, that's London gay porn.
It's the only one that you have.
Okay, right. I think you're not going to get it. It's two swords. It's like
I was gonna get that. I was just gonna say two swords.
Yeah, and the lesbians would be the scissors, wouldn't it?
It is scissors.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sorry, was that the next one? Am I just doing that?
Okay, all right. What about cream pie?
A cream pie?
Is it a cream
It's a
pie?
cream
Yeah.
pie, yeah. Okay. What about fisting?
Is
Oh,
it
it's just got to be that one.
Yeah.
It is just that. It is this.
And then maybe a peach.
What about small tits?
Peanuts.
Peas.
No.
Cherries.
It's a couple of cherries. That's right. What about?
Surely must double for virgins as well.
Just with the explosions at the end.
Okay. What about uniform?
Uniform?
Yeah. So I'm assuming people that like people wearing uniforms.
Oh, it's
Oh, I thought you said
Emoji?
unicorn.
Unicorn.
Is that a special kind
Very
of porn,
rare.
Dave? I've not heard of that.
The old unicorn porn.
The unicorn.
It's a guy with a little hat, a little police hat. Okay, and the last one. What about webcam porn?
A
A
camera.
camera.
No, you're not far off.
A video camera.
It's not a camera.
A larger video camera.
So you are quite.
Is it a larger video camera? It's not any sized video camera. I'm not sure this is an emoji. I've never seen this emoji. I've not seen a lot of these emojis.
Small video camera.
That's going to be my guess.
It's not a small video camera.
A digital video camera.
Yeah,
A Betamax VCR.
it is a Betamax VCR. It's a iMac looking thing, like a big screen. There you go. That is emoji porn.
Strong start.
It feels like
As always.
feels like you'd all know. Like you'd all be competent if you were looking for it. It's good. I like a bit of porn emoji. They got in trouble because they got in trouble for texting people. Yeah, I can't remember. They got in trouble for something about it. Good story.
It's the way you tell it, Dan.
Yeah. It's in the way that you tell it.
Cool story, bro.
Okay, right. Well, that's just warm us up. So, yeah, I thought we could have a look at. I don't know whether or not this is something we could do or not. But I'm gonna just put it out there. There's gonna be a movie called Tetris the Movie, and I wondered if we could have a look into how it's like Hollywood rewrites, but before it's written. So Hollywood writes. I wondered whether or not we could look into how that is going to be a movie.
It's got to be set in Russia.
It's got to be set in Russia. Yeah. Who's your lead? What's your love interest?
Jürgen Klinsmann.
Jürgen Klinsmann. Is he? I don't think he's Russian.
No, he doesn't need to be. He's just there.
Just Jürgen Klinsmann. Okay. What about
Is he playing himself?
Jürgen playing himself?
Right.
Is he
I think that's
playing
important
himself
to,
now, or is he playing himself when he was a footballer?
Oh no, he's playing stuff now. Now he's all like down and out and all that kind of shit.
Okay, yeah. He needs to
He's
get
gonna
back
play
in the
for
game.
Klinsmann.
Because the original story about Tetris is that it was a computer game made in Russia for the workers in a factory to stem their boredom. I'm amazed that someone has come up with that
What? So they won't be doing their job. They'll be playing Tetris instead.
Yeah, they were just
Them
mugging
that bored.
their door.
Not working.
So-
Yeah, I just play video games all those.
So it would be set in a Sports Direct factory, and Jürgen Klinsmann is the
sponsors.
foreman. There you go.
You forget, Ollie, that the factory involved a load of blocks falling from above them.
Oh, right, okay.
Those blocks very quickly into a position where they were sensibly stacked. And then once they got a big enough pile, which was all properly stacked, a guy would just come in and just take them away and then have to
Ship them
start
out.
again.
In one row. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a lot more effort if they only did it one row at a time. So they obviously aimed to do 4 rows at a time. So they were waiting for that long thin block to come down and then ching.
You just
What
need
about-
that hockey stick to line up with all the footballs, and then finally you can ship it out to the next school that requires equipment and get cash immediately in the form of points.
I'm curious if we can get what's he called, Dolph Lundgren involved in this somehow.
Oh, of course.
Executive
Lundgren.
producer.
Well, obviously Dolph would be
No worries, Lundgren. We got a pitch for you. It's Tetris. It's gonna be big.
He could direct it, actually. That'd be good to have him helming the camera.
Do you think London's got that in his locker?
I think Lundgren could shoot from anywhere on the court.
Yeah?
I think he could do it.
Yeah, it's still waters. They run deep, don't they? So
So, what I'm curious about is what is the tension in this film? Where is the kind of how is this? I don't understand how this film has got. I don't get
How
the
is it a
story.
film?
Yeah, how is this fucking deep? How is this?
do you think it might just be a shot of someone playing Tetris?
That would be.
So like
at
an
least
hour and
is
a half.
something, isn't it? Yeah, that at least is something. Maybe
I see Klinsmann as being the factory owner, and he's been treating his staff for many, many years. He's kind of like an evil, kind of, I don't know, like a kind of a workhouse scenario. And I mean, I think we're in it. If we're going to get him to film it, he needs to be in it as well. Knowing Dolph, he's not going to accept just filming. He's starring it too. And
Dolph can
he's
be
kind of like, be what?
He's like a
Be
player
renegade,
manager. He's like a player
Klinsmann.
manager.
player manager of the Tetris team.
Exactly. No, he's the renegade manager. He comes in. He's the new guy in town in the Tetris factory world. Fucks up Klinsmann's regime. But I hope that worked.
Yeah, he stops directing the film halfway through, and he starts starring in it, and every shot is just static from that point onwards. And there's no edits.
What about did you see Birdman?
Yeah.
Just a rolling shot the whole way through. No cuts. Just one shot of
From start to finish.
the factory. Yeah.
People love cuts, though. People love
People
edits.
do like cuts, but it's the new thing to not do it. Don't do it, and then it's like new cinema.
Well, Klinsman's a rookie actor. Do you think he'll be able to do it in one take?
I think he's got the skills. I think he's got the chops.
There's a lot of pressure on him.
As long as it's... Couldn't we have a like 45 minutes, then a 15-minute break, then like 45 minutes?
A switch over, a sub in.
Yeah, must have some oranges halfway through.
Well, he's shown his acting skills in the past. Hey. Sorry, bit of
Nice one, Dave.
football-related humour just to cut out 3/5 of the audience.
We are a big. Well, I don't know. Tetris sounds like it's going to be a hit. It's going to be a big.
How could it not be?
Who's going to do the soundtrack? Is it possible we could get the Dream Team back?
Shekadimas and Pliers?
John Williams.
I don't know if we've got the budget.
I'm just looking to see if I can find out who it was in it.
Just Pliers?
We've got the budget for Just Pliers, yeah.
Is that the one out of the two? Is Pliers the one you want?
I wanted the guys that did it's like I think it's like Bryan Adams and what is it called, like
Mel C.
All for One? No, not that one. No, well, the one that's like all the like old fucking it's like I think it's Bryan Adams and old matey. Oh mate, it's good. This is classic. I think it's called like All for One or something. And
Dan, is these one of these bits I'm supposed to like step in and stop you talking?
yeah, this is your job. Controller.
So it's Bryan Adams.
Hey, tag in, Dave.
I don't think you can improve on that.
Hey, I got it. I got who it is. It's Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, and Sting. They come back. They bring it back for All for One round 2. Do you know the song I'm talking about?
That's from the Musketeers, isn't it?
Is it from the
With
Musketeers?
Charlie
Is it from,
Sheen
like,
and
is it not from like Robin Hood or something?
no, that was
Yeah, that's everything I
the
do.
other
Isn't
one. Yeah,
it? It's fun.
Oliver Reed was in that, wasn't he?
he was in that.
Yeah. God rest his sweet drunken soul.
I watched Gladiator the other night, actually.
It's a good film. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking we get Bryan Adams, we get Rod Stewart, we get Sting, we put him in his
Get all the
studio.
big hitters.
We get a Game Boy, we get Tetris, and we just see what they can do. I think they can bring this shit home. I think if any combination, any trilogy of people can do it, it's those boys.
So who's going to take the female lead? If we've got Lundgren/Klinsman in the lead role.
Oh,
Van Damme.
okay. Like,
What's the tennis player? Kornikova. Anna Kornikova.
yes.
Yeah.
It's quite
She
an
looks
interesting
like
technique to
Ham's
get
block.
athletes as opposed to actors to be in your movie. I
think
like
that's
where
what
this is
I was
They
going.
can
It's
do
quite
long
nice.
rounds. That's the thing. They can really, if it comes down to it, they've got the endurance to funnel through.
But also, the athletes can get the sponsorship, and we can get some great funds for the movie. Pay for it. Just have Adidas on, every
Nice, that's
shot.
smart. That's thinking smart.
The
pay for
title
itself.
sequence is just getting 3 lines together, and then Adidas.
Yeah, we could get blocks in the shape of, Sting, Rod Stewart, and Klinsman, and just get them to like interlock, and then all of a sudden Anna Kournikova could come in, like sweep them across with a big grin on her sexy face.
Across
You're out of here.
hole in one. That's it.
I don't think she's gonna quote.
That's going to be a catchphrase.
I like it.
It's got a
Great
good merchandise.
great tagline for the movie, that.
Hole in one.
And we could have maybe some of the promotional material could be her on a tennis court, and her skirt has got caught in her underwear, and she's sort of
Just
leaning
leaning.
over. I mean, I'm just just thinking
Yeah.
about ideas here.
It's nothing to do with the plot. This is just your fantasy.
This is just key to our important markets that we need to hit with this movie.
Young, desperate, sexless
Tetris
men.
players.
Tetris players.
Okay, so we've got Lundgren. We've got
Sharapova.
We've got Sharapova as well.
Two
We've got
female
Klinsmann.
leads.
Is she gonna satisfy both of their requirements? Lundgren's a
What are their requirements?
Well, Lundgren's got massive requirements. I don't know if you've seen any films, but he is a beast. He's gonna need a lot of corner overtime. Can she spread that thin? Is she ready for such a?
I don't know.
I don't know what Klinsmann's requirements are. He might not be quite so needy. Okay.
I think
Then,
just,
so
just the oranges and some magic spray for Klinsmann, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what he requires. And a
then we're
stretcher.
Someone to play keepy uppies with.
Oh yeah, she's still hot.
she's still
Well,
getting it.
What's that? That's
As long as Klinsmann's satisfied, it's going to be alright. Okay. So how does this film end? How does?
Still looking good. Hang on, where is it? There it is.
Yeah, Klinsmann's going to be happy with that.
Klinsmann's going to be most
He's
pleased.
going to be having a great time. How do you finish Tetris the movie? How does that is it just a screen? Does it just
Game
fill up?
over.
Game over, yeah.
I don't know what happens when you win Tetris. I've never.
Well, I can tell you about this. Well, I can't tell you about win. I don't think it's possible to win Tetris, but if anybody played Tetris as much as I did, which I hope for your sakes that you didn't, when you get to a certain number of lines and you die, you get a little rocket, a little graphic of a rocket that takes off, and there's some kind of congratulatory music that goes off with it. It's
Perfect. That's the perfect ending to any movie.
yeah.
Everyone gets in the rocket.
Rocket
Congratulations.
ship out of here. I like it. Okay, so that's. I think that's in the bank, really. I can't see how that's not a hit. If they need to come to anyone for a script, I think we've outlined the basic plot of what could be.
Hang on, here we go. This is what you get. You get these guys.
Go up.
Then if you give it a second, you get some Russian guys dancing. Then you get this. Look at that.
Oh wow, there it is.
fucking hell.
I've seen that. I've earned that fucking rocket. You got to remember, this was still Cold War times. This is like space race.
But that's the American rocket.
Yes, interesting. I think that was a statement from the inventor.
Wow.
Perfect end to the movie.
That sounds like Tetris would be pretty sweet. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. I think that's Tetris sweet. That's all sorted out. I was wondering, we're a pretty smart bunch of lads. I think most problems could be solved between the 5 of us. See if I can't- I'm not including me. I'm not including me in the smartness. You're a smart bunch of lads. Ollie looks a little bit confused, but yeah, there's a lot of smartness between the lot of you. And I thought we could maybe look at some genius ideas, see whether or not we could problem shoot some genius ideas. So I've got some to get us going, just to sort of like get the ball rolling a little bit. But if anyone's got any, come in. So my first genius idea is a car that has a ramp on the back and a ramp on the front, like this maybe. And then every time you get into a car, every time there's like traffic, they just ramp up like this and create another road on top of the cars. And essentially you can just create an eternal moving traffic.
like a train.
But surely the
No,
surely the car.
this isn't a no. This isn't a no situation. This is a yes. Let's figure it out.
Okay.
Anyone can poo-poo any idea. People would have poo-pooed the internet. People would have said, look at it now. It's fucking huge. Everyone loves
I
it.
think we can agree the internet's been a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at this, you know. I mean, but the main thing would be to keep the cars so the cars underneath can keep going. How would that happen?
Well, everyone's still moving. We're all just gently moving. But what it's doing is it's alleviating any traffic from behind, speeding it all up.
So instead of going around the outside, you can just pop over the top.
Yeah, you wouldn't need to overtake anybody. You just drive over the top of them.
Over
My
top.
concern, Dan, would be that you would have to reverse engineer all the cars in order to make them strong enough to have a car on top of them.
Again, this is back in the category of naysaying. We need
Sorry.
to- we need to-
So what,
we need to
let me
spruce that
rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. How can we get around the problem of your idea
That's the spirit.
meaning that?
That sounds like problematizing. What we'll do is we'll just make stronger cars.
I see.
But what
Better
about
cars.
the cars
It's
that
not-
are already
it's not-
out there?
Yeah. So if you got the old cars can go on the top, and then all the new cars be on the bottom, lower.
Yeah.
Right. This is
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Let's keep going.
He's a fixer.
Destroy the whole of the motor industry. There's no one to buy any new cars. Yeah, that's good. That's not bad.
Sorted. All right. Okay. Sounds like we've got that sorted out. What about meat flavored ice cream?
Yeah.
Does that already exist?
That
It
already
does.
is a thing. Yeah.
That is a thing. Wow. I didn't even know about it. I just came out with that. What does that say?
I mean, somebody
What
else
does that
did
say?
a while ago.
No, have you tried meat flavored ice cream?
I'm not saying it's going to be good. I'm just saying it's a genius idea.
It's
People
great.
like meat. People like ice cream.
Yeah, I
Like
think it's
me.
good.
Let's put it together. Let's start doubling down.
It's
What about?
bacon flavored ice cream.
Is it alright?
Yeah, it's fucking tasty.
There you go. That's how my genius ideas. I'm going to keep going with my ideas. If anyone's got any more, feel free to.
I don't think there's anything that you couldn't add meat flavouring to and it wouldn't improve it. Like sun cream, meat flavour.
Any vegetarian foods probably wouldn't go down well.
Well, you say that, but most vegetarians are
But most
trying
of them are
to.
that.
Yeah, as long as it's still vegetarian, they love the flavour of meat.
Yeah, that's true actually. Crisps, for example, beef flavoured crisps, suitable for vegetarians.
Yeah.
You could vastly improve toothpaste if you made it meat flavored.
Yeah.
meat. And
Smoky
also,
bacon toothpaste.
yeah.
You get bacon toothpaste as well.
Yeah, and also fresh mint bacon.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mint-
Genius idea. Write that
minty
down.
bacon.
My next genius idea is more arm wrestling competitions, like the film Over the Top.
Is that an arm wrestling film?
What about another arm wrestling? Let's get Sylvester Stallone back for Over the Top 2, and let's get arm wrestling back in the popular kind of.
What's the film where they do an
Vernacular.
arm wrestle and the guy's arm
That's
bursts
over-
open?
That's Over the Top.
Is that over the top?
It's Over the Top.
And
There's
The Fly as well.
The
There's
Fly. I thought it was the
Oh,
Fly. Yes,
right.
yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And he wins the woman and takes her back and gives her a good insect seeing to.
Quite rightly so. If you've won an arm wrestling competition, you've best a man in the only way a man can be bested.
Yeah.
Um,
Spoils are yours.
what about?
Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
I'm up for that. No objections.
No,
None at all.
that's another genius idea. Tick. What about Olympics, but without drug testing? Extreme Olympics. Just let them go crazy. Let them just go fucking mental. Just like up to the max, super steroid, mega boost.
Oh, so it's actually encouraged.
No, it's just not discouraged. And so
Well, yeah, as in
everyone just
if
fucking.
you don't have any drugs. I think that is a great idea. There's so much kind of press and negative publicity about people taking illegal drugs like performance-enhancing drugs. Well, why not just level the playing field and make it an Olympics for the pharmaceutical companies? They can compete to create the strongest, best athlete. I mean, imagine the people that you'd be dealing with. I mean, they would just be barely human.
Mutants.
Just put them in a cage and just let them sort it out.
The only thing
Yeah.
I would say is you'd have to not have men's and women separately, because if the women took enough testosterone, they would be able to compete with the men. So it should just
Genders
be a
would blur.
free-for-all,
Yeah.
men and women.
I think the option is theirs. If they think they're up for it, let's just get them all in together. Let's just have a battle royale. Let's just see what kind of mutant creatures we can create.
Do you think
that would
you would need
rejuvenate.
to? Do you think you'd need to develop new activities and sports and disciplines within the Olympics to cater
Yeah.
to a newly powered up athlete?
Like hyper-powered up Super Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh, to be fair, I can't imagine that there's a shuttlecock that's been built that could cope with our new hyper-powered athlete.
Right. So that the badminton would be the first more
I love
effective.
the way you chose badminton.
Reinforced shuttlecocks. I know if I had super strength, the first thing I would try and hit a long distance is
I think it would do something for the Olympics that we would never come back from.
It couldn't be called the Olympics, though. What would it be called?
Mega Olympics,
Narco Olympics.
Ultra Olympics,
Olympics 2000.
Olympics 2.0, Ultimate Olympics.
That'd have to be something to do with the drug. What are the drugs that they take? The Olympics?
Olympics
Non-Olympics?
GTI.
GTI, yeah. GTI at the end of anything improves it.
Yeah. I'm down with any combination of those. Olympics, Mega Olympics. I think Mega Olympics is pretty good.
Do you think they'd go for it though? I mean, I can't see Sebastian Coe, although as corrupt as he is, can't see him.
We
going
would
for
we
it,
would
really.
we would Game of Thrones him.
Right.
We would Red Wedding him. He would just have to be eliminated, and then we'd have to install our own Olympic bastion.
Who would that be? Who would be the Lord of the Drug Olympics?
Russell Brand.
The body of Winehouse.
Reanimate Winehouse.
Winehouse. Don't be freaked out.
You missed out step one, crack the secret of reanimating the dead.
Yeah. Again, this is all about. I'm not saying my genius ideas are going to be easy. I'm not saying they're going to be problem free. I'm just saying they could be game changers, and we need to work together and find out how we make them happen. That's what genius is all about. It's not about questioning the problem. It's about thinking of the solution.
We shouldn't get bogged down in detail.
Don't get
No,
bogged
no,
down.
no. That's for the.
That's for the
the
brainiacs.
academics.
Yeah, we roll it
Yeah.
out to the brainiacs. We're the ideas men. Yeah.
I ain't worried about how they're going to do it. Just make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's gold. What about if people had glow in the dark embedded in their skin and in their eyes?
No problems.
No problems.
No. What is this to achieve?
Well, you can see everyone. If in the dark, darkness is undone,
What about criminals though?
especially in criminals.
It would make them easier to find, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like in criminals, it would activate it more. It would make them really luminous.
What if you put on a jacket? Would it still come out
It
of
would
the
shine
jacket?
through. It would shine through. It's
Any jacket?
super powerful. The only way you could get rid of it is with a tinfoil jacket.
Well,
Build a tin.
What about,
tinfoil
what about,
jacket.
what about at the cinema?
At the cinema, it would
Cinema will be ruined.
The cinema would be ruined. So there's got to be some sacrifices. With genius comes sacrifice. It's a difficult.
What about when you're developing photos? How does that happen anymore?
You'd wear your special tinfoil jacket, and
Do
you
people still develop photos like that? Does that still happen? They like
It's
hang
very
them out on like a inside washing line, or?
I think that's what happens when you upload a photo onto the internet. It gets sent off to one of those booths, reprinted and digitally uploaded.
No, I love the idea that, like, I think my parents used to tell me that, you know, this idea of like really simple functions, but there's actually like it's like a whole industry and a load of people involved in doing them that you don't realize. And my dad used to tell me when we used to go on the motorway when I was a kid that cat's eyes were not reflective, they were actually turned on by a load of dwarf men that lived underneath the motorway, and then as your car went by they ran along kind of switching on the lights just so you could see where you were going. So yeah, I love that idea. Oompa Loompas
Yeah.
carrying out these.
Are you telling me that's not how it works?
No. Yes. No. I don't know.
Okay, so that's glow in the dark, people. Turbo trousers.
Yes.
Yes, who's in?
What do
Who
turbo
wants to do
trousers do?
That's just one of your ideas where you haven't actually got a kind of a function. You've just got a name, haven't you?
I like to work backwards from a name. I start on a name, and then if I like the name, I work backwards.
Yeah.
Well, they speed you up, obviously.
Yeah, they could be faster in lots of ways. Faster off, faster on, faster when walking. It's win-win-win, isn't it? Who would
And-
want normal trousers after you've had turbo trousers?
How do they look? Are they like flares? Or are they
They've
like
got fast stripes on them.
They'd have to be tight, surely.
tight, yeah?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I've
How
never.
are they powered, Dan?
How are they powered? They're powered. They siphon your youth.
I see.
Oh well.
So you
That's
age
lovely.
twice as fast whilst
You-
wearing the turbo
you
trousers.
move.
But
You can move everywhere twice as fast, but you age twice as fast. It's got. It's a give and take.
It's the payoff, isn't it?
It's the pay. Yeah.
So don't wear them overnight, otherwise
Yeah. You never fall asleep in your turbo trousers.
you'll have whizzed through 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I woke up. Oh no.
But it's already fast.
And then as a side industry, whoever
Turbo pants.
Turbo pants. Yeah. I'm sorry, Dan. That's the only side industry you can have for turbo trousers is turbo pants, or maybe turbo socks.
If anything, turbo trousers should be a side industry to turbo pants, the main
Yeah.
operation.
I'm sorry I came so quickly.
It was my turbo pants.
I've told you time and time again, no turbo pants. And then my last genius idea, I noticed no one else has come up with any genius ideas, but my last one is my best one. Jumpers that are made of computers.
They already exist.
Yeah, you're welcome, world.
I've got a Christmas jumper that talks to you.
It's the future, isn't it? It's the
Does it have a
future.
conversation with you?
Well, as long as all you want to hear is ho ho ho,
Oh.
then you can talk to it all day.
You're playing pretty fast and loose with the meaning of talk to.
What
That's
sort of computer would you have in the jumper? An iPad?
No, it'd be like a Spectrum.
Sewed in.
You'd have to load a tape into it.
Well, you'd have to like carry around the full base unit with you, maybe like strapped on your back.
You'd have all of the
You have the
components
tower,
around you.
yeah.
You'd have like the tape deck in your trousers, and you'd have
Oh,
the
yeah.
keyboard on your arm, and then you could just you wouldn't be able to see it, but you could have Spectrum.
Me, I really miss tapes. I can remember like breaking a cassette tape and repairing it with a little bit of sellotape so it worked again. Like taking the tape. Oh man, when was the last time anyone saw tape?
When was the last time you wound a tape with a pen?
Could your hat be a joystick and your shoes be like cassette holders?
Russ, I'm not being funny. There's only one thing that's going to be a joystick. It's not your hat.
Your
Leg.
Okay, so has anyone got any more genius ideas? Or you don't worry. It's not about. I'm not expecting you to bring me a complete idea. Just use. It's this time to get some of your genius out.
I don't know if it's a genius idea, but I do think you should be able to pay for the toilets in Paddington with your Oyster card.
That's a genius idea.
Don't know
Done.
if
Definitely.
that is an idea.
Let's send it off to Boris Johnson.
So I
Oyster
know it's
toilet.
not quite what you were looking for.
No, it is exactly what I'm looking for. Basically, just not everyone can come up with meat flavored ice cream. We're all
That's
we're
right.
We're all at a level.
We've all got our own levels, and I'm functioning at a certain level right now, and you're all feeding off my level. It's all good. I'm happy.
Brown's thinking with his turbo pants.
Yeah, I'm just right now thinking about my turbo pants. Okay, right. I will. So Dave, do you know how to explain this, or do you want me to just have a go?
I think you should explain it.
Okay. So you're not really feeling that Joe's wrong. Because Joe normally.
I could
Can't take the pressure.
I could definitely do it, but I think you should on this
I
occasion.
think you should, Mr. Reed. I think you're doing such a good job.
Well, let's not go that far.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you get what you get with me. I'm.
Get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, and you ain't paid shit. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. We're gonna play a game, and that game is where we try and work out whose secrets are whose. We're gonna take it in turns to read a secret, and then at the end of that, once we've read everyone's secrets, we're gonna guess whose secret was whose secret. So I'm gonna message someone on Facebook. I'm gonna message Dave White, and you need to read this message out, and then afterwards, Ollie will read it, and then Jim, and then Russell. Okay, so I'll read it first. I once touched Hacksaw Jim Dugan's arm. Okay, and then now it will be like we'll just take it in turn. So Dave, you go for it.
I once touched Hacksaw Jim Duggan's arm.
Ooh, controversial.
Okay, Jim.
I once touched Hacksaw Jim Duggan's arm.
Russ.
I once touched Hacksaw Jim Dugan's arm.
And now Ollie.
Yeah, back in the day I did touch. Sorry, I once.
Feel like you're improvising.
You can't improv this. It's gonna be straight down the line. This is
It's not an improvisation round, Ollie.
Okay, I once touched Jim Duggan's arm.
Whose arm?
Hacksaw Jim Dugan's arm. Yeah.
Very good. Right. This is the
Hacksaw Dolph Lundgren's arm.
Right, Russ, you start us off.
So I need to guess who said
We're
who...
not gonna do that because it don't. I don't know. Do you want to do that?
We're gonna go through all.
What are the rules? Yeah, no, I think we do that.
Whatever, however you want to do it. Do you want to take a guess at that one and then we'll come back?
I think it's yours, Dan. I think you touched Hacksaw Jim Dugan's arm.
I'm just sticking it out here. Once we've got one down, it eliminates people. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, no, we need to do it at the end.
Okay.
Do it at the end. Do it at the end. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do it all at
Do it
the
at
end.
the end.
All right.
Right. Okay. So
I'll take that back.
Mine again.
Okay. Right. So the next one. So should we just carry on? Let's just carry on the same way round. So Dave, you start. You'll always. I'll start. I once had to have an alfresco poo in behind Pensilver playing fields, having been caught short during a 5-a-side tournament.
I once had to have an alfresco poo in behind Pensilver playing fields, having been caught short in a 5-a-side tournament.
I once had to have an alfresco poo behind Pensilver playing fields, having been caught short during a 5-a-side tournament.
Ollie?
No. I once had to have an alfresco poo behind Pensilver playing fields, having been caught short during a 5-side tournament.
You read that like a newsreader.
I once had to have an alfresco poo behind Pensilver playing fields after being caught short during a football match. I can't see it because I can't. I'm on my phone.
Right. Okay. This is the next one.
It's probably for the best you'll last then, Russ, really.
What do you mean?
Well, it gives you the best chance of listening to everyone else say it so you can remember.
Have I really looked at it, or is this a double bluff though?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Johnny's playing the long game.
He's a game master. Okay. I managed to lose a condom inside a girl I had slept with and then had to fish it out.
Oh dear.
I managed to lose a condom inside a girl and then I had slept with and then had to fish it out.
You look quite red, Dave.
I take exception with the phrase "fish it out." By the way, I managed to lose a condom inside a girl I slept with, and then had to fish it out.
I managed to lose a condom inside a girl I had slept with and had to fish it out.
I managed to lose a condom inside a girl I'd slept with and had to fish it out.
It's
Yeah, that was brilliant.
That was amazing.
That was lovely.
Okay, let's see where we are. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to juggle my drinking and my schnizzling.
Some good juggling, Dan.
Thank you. Okay. I once came on my own head and took some realised that I had done so.
I once came on my own head and took several minutes to realise I had done so.
I once came on my own head and took several minutes to realise that I had done so.
I once came on my own head. It took several minutes to realise I had done so.
I once came on my head and it took several minutes to realise I had done so.
Okay, that's that one. Right, this is the. Is that? Am I right in thinking that we've all had one by the time I reached this last one?
Yes, I do believe so.
I was once involved in a worldwide hepatitis scandal. Okay.
I was on a worldwide hepatitis scandal.
Wait,
Say it again, Dave.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go.
Must be used as evidence in a court of law.
Yeah, go. You're good. It froze and then died.
Okay. I was once involved in a worldwide hepatitis scandal.
I was once involved in a worldwide hepatitis scandal.
I was once involved in a worldwide hepatitis scandal.
I was once involved in a worldwide hepatitis scandal.
Now, so
I bet all of these are Ollie's.
Ollie, I need all of yours. Okay, right. So, okay, this is how we finale this. This is a little bit complicated. So, the first one, I will remind you of the first one. I once touched Hacksaw Jim Dugan's arm. Now, who thinks that is me? Oh no, vote for who? How do we do the voting?
Do we just have to like shoot from the hip, or do we get to ask questions, or how,
No, you can't ask any questions. It's just you just have to know you listen to the statements and know the kind of person.
Just go around the room. Around the room. Say one name. Boom.
Boom. Yeah.
I just need to know the answer. I see.
Right. I once touched Hacksaw Jim Dugan's arm. Dave, who do you think that was?
Brown.
Brown, who do you think that was?
Ollie.
Ollie, who do you think that was?
Brown.
Russ, who do you think that was?
I'll go with Brown as well.
Okay, so what was that? Okay, so we need a way of tallying up. Can someone tally for me?
Hang on, assistant co-host.
That was 4 Browns, Dave.
Right. And also, obviously, if it's yours, you need to deceive people into not thinking it's yours.
Okay, and one for Ollie.
So yeah, I can't remember what it was.
Okay, one for Brown, one for Ollie. I've got it.
Okay. I once had to have an alfresco poo in behind Pensilva playing fields, having been caught short during a 5-a-side tournament. Dave, wait. Oh, I'm not voting because I know all the answers.
This would be Brown. I'm going to go for Ollie.
Okay, Jim.
I know Dave's played a lot of football. I reckon that was him.
Yeah. Dickie.
Yeah. I'm reasoning Ollie's never played a 5-a-side football tournament in his life.
You don't know Ollie that well. Ollie used to be.
Oh, yeah, you behind closed doors.
I'm going to go Dave.
I'll go Dave, definitely Dave. It's got to be.
Okay, 3 for me. Anyway, in fairness for us, it doesn't say 5-a-side of what.
Good point. Fair enough. I presume
Okay.
football. It could be smoking.
I once had to have. Oh no! I managed to lose a condom inside a girl I had slept with, and then had to fish it out. Dave, who do you think that was?
Oi.
Jim. That's a great
Yeah.
one. That's a great one from Ollie.
I think Garnett's a dark horse. I think it's him.
Last time Garnett's was I broke my clavicle.
That's pretty risky stuff, right?
Was that your secret? Was it you broke your clavicle?
I didn't read what it was about. I just gave it some information. I
I
didn't
like
realise it was secrets.
Don't tell anyone, but I once broke my clavicle.
Okay, I reckon you're allowed to choose the same person twice. That wouldn't make any sense, right? Okay.
Yeah, you could do it if you wanted to,
You
though.
can do it.
You've
just
got to
shows
play
you're
the game.
questioning-
You've got to play the game.
Well, no, it shows you're questioning your own judgment.
I'm Dave White.
Okay.
And Russell.
Yeah. I'll go Ollie.
Okay. 2 for Ollie.
I thought it was Dave though. About it.
Also, don't forget that I am part of this as well.
Oh yeah.
Have you got one in there?
It's so easy to forget, Dan. Yeah.
I'm quite capable. I was once involved in a worldwide hepatitis scandal. Dave?
Is that? Well, that's got to be you, surely.
Okay, Jim?
Okay, I'm concerned, Dan, that you've laid a red herring. You are known for that.
I am pretty ready.
I've guessed everyone else, so I guess I've got to guess you.
You're known for
You're gonna guess.
hepatitis, Dan.
Did you say? Wait a minute. Jim, are you guessing me?
I've got to, yeah, I've guessed everyone else, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a bit concerned that I'm got 2 people. You all fucking figured out that I was. Sorry, Ollie, go on.
I'm just got to be you, Dan. Yeah. Dan.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, gents.
Yeah, I'll go Dan too.
Wow.
It is believable.
Wow.
I'll go for me as well. Seems like everyone's getting involved on that. Okay, right. So the answers are as follows.
Hang on. I believe that we've missed an answer, and I'd just like to point out that this is my work pad that I write my work stuff on, and never before on my work pad have I written a list that consists of Duggan, poo, condom, hepatitis, and cum.
That's a lie.
I bet if you go back deep enough in your back catalogue, Dave.
No, you're right, Russ, but not in that order.
What have I missed? Which one have I missed?
Coming on your own head.
Okay.
Yes.
I came on my own head and took several minutes to realise I had done so.
Okay.
So
That's definitely Russell Garnett.
I see, that sounds like something that Dave White might come up with as well. I'm going to go for Dave on that.
why out of interest did I get the hepatitis?
You should have been more careful.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
It's just a roll of the dice, Dan.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for. Yeah, purely out of I'm chosen you. Yeah, Russell G Garnett.
Okay. Well, that means I have to go for Dave. I think it's Dave.
Okay. Right. Okay. I have the stats.
Okay, so
Back me up.
how do we do this? Should I tell you the answers?
You tell us the
No,
answer,
not yet.
and then Dave could tell us the points scored. I don't know.
Dan, you say the secret. I will say the votes, and then you say the answer. How about that?
Okay, yeah, perfect. So
Yeah.
I once touched Hacksaw Jim Dugan's arm.
Well, that was 3 votes for Mr. James Brown and 1 vote for Ollie Fontaine. Oh shit.
Brown win.
Well, it's not that. In fact, the answer. So because it'll be like who scored that answer. Who got that answer?
Yeah,
right?
Brown won that one. But what was
Well-
the real one?
Yeah, so Brown won the real one, but the real answer was Rusty Garnett.
What, really? No
True
way.
story, yeah. I went to a conference. I think it was a computer games conference, and he was there because he was the star of a computer game. And there was a melee, and I rushed forward and touched his arm.
Wow.
Could I say something? I don't know who he is.
WWF.
Professional wrestler.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And he had a 2x4 bit of wood, and his slogan was "Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bubba beats people up."
Yeah, I knew that you didn't know who he was, Dan, when you pronounced his name Dugan.
Old Hacksaw Dugan. Okay, so the next one is: I once had to have an alfresco poo in behind Pensilva playing fields, having been caught short during a five-a-side tournament.
Well, this one drew a lot of attention for me with 3 votes and a single vote for the not so favourite Ollie Fontaine.
No. 5-a-side?
Five-a-side. Ollie would play five-a-side.
He can't even walk, let alone play football.
Fucking not even play four-a-side. Okay, and that, shall I tell you the answer?
Yeah.
That was Mr. Jim Brown.
Oh, really?
Yay.
Fuck, I swear that was Dave.
So,
I immediately regretted my answer.
so I
Yeah,
managed
it was
to lose
a
a
it was a
condom.
pretty stark situation.
I managed to lose a condom inside a girl I had slept with, and then I had to fish it out.
Well, this split the votes, Dan, actually, and there was a fairly good spread between myself, Russell, but Ollie came out on top with 2.
Interestingly enough, I think Ollie was at this event.
You didn't lose it inside of Ollie, did you?
yeah. That was me. That was mine.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
That was. I'll tell you later.
Well, I think that's happened to us all, to be fair.
Yeah. It's not a pleasant treat.
When you say fish it out, Dan.
Yeah, I got a fishing rod.
Yeah, that's what that
Which
implies.
at the time seemed like a sensible idea, but
It's a
I
good
didn't
job you
know
had it with
what
you.
lure. Yeah, what kind of lure? What kind of lure goes for a condom? So, okay, that's that one. I once came on my own head and took several minutes to realise I had done so.
Again, a split on the votes here between 2 for Russell Garnett and 2 for my good self.
Okay, and that was.
It was my good self.
Right.
Glastonbury.
Round of applause.
Glastonbury 2000, and you may not have been immediately present, but at least 2 of you were in very close proximity. Dan and Ollie, yeah, it was dark and impressive projectile spunking, all I can say.
You told me you came on your belly.
Bastard.
Okay. And I was once involved in a worldwide hepatitis scandal.
Well, this was a clean sweep for you, Dan, but we know that it's not.
Yeah, I've been wrongly accused, and that was Mr. Richard Fontaine.
Well played.
So yeah, that's a jolly good game indeed.
Ollie, are you able to divulge any information on this?
Can't really go into detail, but
Are they listening to you right now?
it is 100% true. Worldwide news.
I thought you were going to say it's 100% active. Current.
So
Yeah,
that's-
that actually happened.
It's 100% me.
Yes,
That
I
is-
am excited. Yeah.
Are you patient 0?
yeah.
That's why we call you Ollie Hepatitis Fontaine. It's all making sense.
That's great. That was really good. I really like that. That's probably my favourite game. That's really good. Okay, so we've got a couple of games left.
What was the score?
Yeah, what was the score? Who actually scored? So who actually got any of them right?
No one.
Dave, did you write down who voted each way?
Yeah, looking back, I probably should have done.
Right.
All right, never mind. Slapback is
Winner of
not
this
about,
game.
It's not about that. It's not about the
slapback is
result.
not about
No, it's not about that.
Well, all right, okay.
Not
Well,
a
I
high
can
score.
tell you this. Okay, I can tell you that nobody got Russ right with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, so there's no points there. Nobody got the poo right with Jim because we went for Ollie and Dave. The condom again, nobody got that right because nobody went for Dan.
Wow.
Nobody got hepatitis right, and it's a lowest scoring round because we all went for Dan on that, and it was Ollie.
So
And whoever, okay, so the only 2 points that were scored in the whole of that fucking game were the two people that said, I came on my own head. So well done to you. Joint winners.
joint good show.
Congratulations, you win a night with me coming on your own head.
Coming on our head, one coming on your head.
Well, you go first, I'll go second.
Okay, we've got 2 more games left. One is a staring challenge, and the last one is guess who I am, which is a game. So, can we just?
How is this staring challenge going to work?
I don't know, but I love it so much that I think we should do it. So, I think I'll explain how it's going to work. Right, the 2 people that the battle, it's 1-on-1, right? So we'll start off, me and Dave, right? Dave, we got to do this. You got to keep clicking your fingers and look in the camera. You click.
I can't click my fingers.
Okay. Or just
you can click your fingers.
everyone else has got to look in the windows and keep an eye. Right. Okay. Right. So let's start this up. Right. Ready, Dave?
It's exciting stuff.
It's Jim.
How does one win or lose?
Okay. And that concludes the staring challenge.
it's a good game. That's a keeper.
Structurally, a brilliant game. Okay, all right. Okay, so we'll play our last game. Our last game is a game where you, as a group, take it in turns to ask yes or no questions. If you get a yes answer, you continue on with your questions.
No.
I'm going to use a famous celebrity, anyone in the world, and you have to use yes or no answers to yes or no questions to narrow down the field and basically try and guess who I am. So, starting with Dave, does everyone understand the rules first?
Yeah, like guess
Yeah.
who?
Yeah.
Yeah, guess who, but famous guess who, and you only keep going if you get a yes answer. If you ask the same question twice, it moves on. So everyone needs to be aware. Keep an eye on that. And also, if you push in, Mr. Garnett,
I didn't push in.
if you push in and it's not your turn, then you miss a turn.
Oh, pushy Russ.
Oh, pushy Russ, yeah.
Well known for it.
I feel I've been
I literally,
misrepresented.
I watched that episode the other day, and it's like today, and it's just you pushing in all the time. It's brilliant. Okay,
it must have been edited badly. It must have been edited that way.
It's like I edit this like Celebrity Big Brother, and yeah. Okay, right. So, Dave White. Yes or no questions?
Are you a man?
Yes.
So somebody else asks a question now, yeah?
No. You keep going. If you get a yes answer, you keep going.
Are you in films?
Okay, I'm gonna bring up this person because this is where I went wrong last time. I don't know anything about these people, which is terrible. It's all gonna be sweet in the edit.
What, when we
That's what you
edit
said
this
last
section
time.
out?
We put in a post
Edit me out, yeah. No, I am not in any films.
So what does that mean? Does it mean Brown goes now?
Yeah, so we'll go in the order of.
So, are you a singer?
No. Ollie?
Are you white?
Yes.
Racial origin.
Yeah, I am white.
So you're a white man.
Okay.
What was the question?
Have you usually, are you famed for having, not famed for having short hair, but do you usually have short hair?
Who's famous for having short hair?
Not saying, you know what I mean? Like, usually,
Right,
they
so
have
Fred.
different hair, but usually has short hair.
Ask that question slightly differently because I don't think it's a very good question.
Do you have short hair?
No.
No. Okay. Me out.
Russ?
You're white. This isn't my question. I'm just paraphrasing now.
Yeah.
White man, not short hair,
Not in films.
not in films,
Or
not
a
in
singer.
music.
Mm.
Are you into the environment? Is that big in your life?
No. DW.
TV.
Is that a question?
Are you on the telly?
Yes. A lot.
Are you a politician?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's a bloody good question.
Ooh.
Are you a conservative?
No. I
Oh.
don't know. Think so.
Thought you might be Boris.
Okay. Jim?
So you're a guy with long hair who's a politician.
Yeah.
You're not a conservative. Corbyn's hair isn't that long, really. All right.
Sorry, I've got to be excited with the soundboard. Say again.
I take it you're then you would be a Labour politician.
No.
Oh.
You're all making the assumption of English, I'm assuming.
No, I wasn't, but I was trying to rack my nasty little brains.
The trick to this game is think about it in terms of like broad strokes, getting down, narrowing down.
Are you Donald Trump?
Fucking beauty. That's out of a good.
Well done.
I would describe Donald Trump as a conservative, for the
Okay.
record.
Yeah, fair enough. It says he's a Republican. I don't know whether or not that.
Yeah,
is conservative
that
or
is a
not. Sorry.
conservative.
Okay, right. That was Donald Trump. That's good. That's good. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, right. Let's start again. Next round. Dave White. Oh, actually, no. Who won that? Ollie.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
Okay. Am I a lady?
No.
Is it my go?
Yeah, Russ, it's you.
Are you a man?
Yes.
Are you a film person?
Yeah.
Are you a white man?
No. DW.
Hey, a black man.
Yeah.
Are you muscular?
A little.
You're true.
No, I guess not.
Oh.
How we doing for
Are you
sound?
Morgan
Is that-
Freeman?
No. That's not a broad stroke. That's a very specific stroke.
Okay, so you're a lady. You're not muscular.
No, I'm not a lady. I'm a man.
Yeah.
Muscular lady.
I'm not okay. I'm not
Not a
muscular.
muscly lady.
Am I? Oh, fuck. I'm gonna go for the same one. Do I have long hair? I'm gonna have to go for that again because I'm a little bit now.
No.
Are you American?
Yeah.
Are you? Would you be considered young or middle-aged?
That's not a yes or no question.
No, would you be considered young or middle-aged? Yes or no?
Let's have a little look. Because we had contention over this last time, didn't we? Can we get some definitions about what that age bracket
Okay,
is?
are you an old guy?
I'm a middle-aged man.
Okay. Middle-aged black man, not
No.
muscular.
Or Morgan Freeman.
or Morgan Freeman, or with long hair. So you got short hair.
Yeah.
Movie guy. Have you been in a movie that has had more than one version of that movie? So like for example, Beverly Hills
Yeah.
Cop 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been in more than one movie that has had more than one version of that movie?
Yeah.
Good questions, Rob.
Have you hosted an awards ceremony?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know. I've spoke at award ceremonies.
Okay.
I don't know if he's hosted it or not.
Have you been in a movie with Jackie Chan?
I don't know. Let me have a look. I don't know. No.
Back to the next game, please. Have a good game.
Okay. I don't think so. I don't
Okay,
think so.
that's a no. All right.
Excuse me.
Sure, go, Dave.
Yeah, you're up.
I can't lie, I wasn't listening. I was queuing out the next game.
I like it.
I know you're not a muscular man. Well, no, you are a man, but you're not muscular. You're in films.
Films with sequels.
Films with sequels.
Black Man.
Famous in the 80s?
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy. Russ, you
You did Eddie Murphy last time.
Sorry, say again. You didn't tell me with Jackie Chan.
No, but you didn't we do Eddie Murphy last time?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's why I didn't pick Eddie Murphy.
I like Eddie Murphy. Let's just say I like Eddie Murphy.
Dan only does Eddie Murphy. Like, even if he was white, it would have been a white Eddie Murphy. Okay, as co-host, I'm going to suggest a new game. Okay, it's the Google game where I've typed in a series of words into Google, and as Google does, it gives you the top 4 autofill answers.
Yeah.
And I want to see if we can guess them.
Okay,
So
make that autocomplete.
That's my game. So I'm going to start from the right because I'm controversial, and my words are: when will it?
Stop bleeding.
Get bigger.
When will it get better?
Oh.
Become summer.
Yeah, I'll give you that, Ollie. There's get warmer.
Ah, that's very good.
Was that top 1? Top hit?
That's number 2. That's number 2. So to be honest with you, they're all weather related.
Okay, when will it be summer? When will it
When
be?
will it snow?
When will it snow? Number 1.
When will it stop raining?
Number 3.
Nice.
It's a very slick game, this. I really like it.
When will I love again?
Sorry.
When will I love again?
No, this one's not so much to do with the weather, but it's more to do with the time of day, I guess.
When will it be lunchtime?
When will with nightfall? When will the sun go down?
Yeah, I'll give you that, Roscoe, on it. When will it get dark?
When will it get dark?
There you go.
Nighttime.
Okay, that's the top 4. Well done.
Oh, good job.
Good going.
Okay. The next words are a little bit more left field here. Why can't I?
Come.
And surprisingly, not.
Be happy.
No, that's
Oh.
no, I can't give that.
Make friends.
These are very interesting insights, aren't they?
Yeah, it is. Everyone's speaking from the heart here, aren't they? But no.
Sleep.
Sleep. Yes, number 2.
Oh, yeah.
When will I? What is it? When will I?
Why can't I?
Why can't I?
I?
Please, women.
No, nothing Well, no, nothing sexual.
Why can't I get a job?
No.
Hold down a relationship.
No, one word. Each of them is one word, apart from one which is 2 words. So you've
Why
had
can't
why
I
can't I sleep?
Why can't I stop?
That's what the ladies want to know.
Why can't I?
No.
Jim, can you sit forwards a bit because you're invisible?
Think about your emotions or lack of.
Cry.
Yes, number 1. Why can't I cry?
It's weird, isn't it?
And number 4 can be
can't I
emotions
laugh?
as well. Why can't I? I'm looking for something. Why can't I?
Find it.
Find love.
Find love.
Ooh.
Yes. Which leaves us with number 3, which is a little bit of a curveball, and I wouldn't have expected Google to go so hot on this one. It's a bodily function.
Piss.
No.
Why can't I pee?
No.
Stop shitting.
Why can't I? Ejaculate.
No, we've had that.
Can't I?
Poo.
It's a wonderful array of
Sneeze.
functions. Sneeze, no.
Stop sneezing.
Get erection.
One word.
Hiccup.
Boom.
I can't.
Hiccup, you're on the right lines with hiccup.
Sneeze.
But
Yes.
Nice.
that's a
Okay.
weird one. I never had any trouble with that.
Yep. You wouldn't have expected that. Okay, I've got one more, which is over here. Okay. So the words are, where is the?
Where is...
Moon.
Love.
Love, number 1.
Boom.
Moon, no.
Humanity.
Pharmacy.
No, I just realised that one of these is a massive curveball that doesn't make any sense, and one of them is also "Where is the love" lyrics as well. So I'm not going to include that. So we've got two more to get. One is guessable. One I just don't understand. Think about mate, where you might want to go to eat.
Where is the
Where is the
Nando?
Where's the nearest McDonald's?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And the last one just doesn't make any sense. Where is the A word filmed? Does that make any sense to anyone?
No.
The A word.
Where is the A word filmed?
Was that a film? Was that no? That was a drama about autism, wasn't it?
Really? That's the top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the BBC one about the little lad with autism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the Google game.
I like it. Can you put conservatives in there as your question?
Yeah.
Conservatives are
Okay. And
because didn't they whitewash Google? So there's like nothing.
Isn't it quite
Yes.
good to go with racial stereotypes like black people can't? Is a good
yeah,
one.
nothing comes up if you say conservatives are. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so black people can't.
This sounds like the beginning of a really racist section.
Yeah,
Well,
it takes a real dark turn.
There's only two. There's only 2 responses.
Swim.
Yes. Why? Why? Where the fuck does that come from?
I have no idea, but I've heard it so many times. Weird.
That is number 1, and the other one is
Play
interesting.
basketball.
No, I'm gonna kibosh this feature before we get into trouble. Apparently it's black people can't be racist. I don't really understand that.
Boom, that's good.
I think in the interest of racial equality, we should put white
Yes.
people
White people can't.
can't.
Right, I'll be right back.
No, it only gives one response, which I think is pretty easy
Dance.
to guess. Sorry, did someone say?
Dance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, which is
Or jump, maybe.
quite true.
Well, I haven't seen you on the dance floor, Dave. I know that's not true.
Wondering if anything comes up with our names. Russell Garnett is? No.
Oh, what?
I bet you get a few entries for my name.
Ah, yes, of course. James Brown.
Well, Jim Brown is also a Jamaican gangster.
Oh, nice.
Okay, well, I've gone for James Brown, and it's come up with three responses, two of which are very similar.
James Brown
Yeah.
is the Godfather.
Nope.
Pervert.
No.
Pervert.
Drunken or abusive.
Nope.
Womanizer.
No.
Is this James Brown?
Yes.
Crack addict.
No. Pretty simple. Pretty to the point. Pretty about his kind of
Funky.
general existence.
Too funky.
Legend.
No. When I say existence, I mean his literal existence.
Dead.
Alive.
As
Yeah,
opposed to
James
his
Brown is
figurative.
dead. Is number one, which leads you to number three. Sorry,
James
Alive.
Brown isn't dead.
still alive. Yeah. And then the other one I'm going to tell you again doesn't make any sense to me, but you James Brown fans might understand. James Brown is Annie.
Oh, that was me. I was actually in a local production of Annie, playing the titular character. They have to get a real ginger person in because of the EU. So they drafted me in.
Okay, and that's the Google game.
I like it. That's very
Good
good.
game, Dave.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have reached the end of another Slapback Chat Frat. So I'd like to thank my lovely co-host, Mr. Dave White. Good job, Dave. Thank you.
I did what I could, which of course is nothing.
That's fine. We all did the best we could, and that's all that can ever matter. I'd like to thank Mr. James Brown
Thank you.
for joining us. I'd like to thank Mr. Richard Fountaine. And also, I'd like to thank Mr. Russell Garnett.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Right,
He
I'm
was
out of
coming,
it.
didn't he?
Well, now he's
So,
gone. Say what you
bam,
think.
can't zing me if I'm not here. I love it. Yeah, this has been Slapback Chat Frat. You can find us at Slapback Chat Frat at Google Hangouts, on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, and you can find us in other various places. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again for another Slapback Chat Frat. Goodbye.